Hey, hey, hey! Like dear old Michael Finnegan, we begin again tonight! Dang it, just a connection issue tonight. I don't know, I apparently lost signal for long enough that, whatchamacallit said whatchamacallit, and... Alright, let's say Go Go Gadget Echo Chamber. Dang it, no. No, that's not what, that wasn't the right thing. Dang it. Alright, Go Go Gadget Echo Chamber. Alright. And then... And... Now, are y'all here back to light my fire? No, just lost connection, I think. Set phasers to flaming. Alright, and fire. Alright. No, this is lost connection. We lost connection. Hello. Bad connection. We're back. And Dana, long time no see. Dana, it's been so long. Go Go Gadget, mini fireplace. Oh, I thought we were only like 25 minutes from the end, right? Sharona. Hello. Oh, I'm sorry, I've been unwell. I know that feeling, though. I know that feeling of waiting to die. Hot ado. The new word is ado. 3 hours, 58. I was so proud of myself for starting early, and dang it. Now we gotta Go Go Gadget, the double echo. We gotta Dang the Ding show. Oh, I don't know. Oh yeah, we gotta now Dang the Ding show. Now we gotta engage the double echo chamber. I'm alright. Just have a lot of anxiety, anticipation. Oh, I'm alright. hoping for good news, expecting bad, you know, like. Alright. Yeah, did Rochelle come back? We could read happy birthday to her. Love you too, Misty. Communion. 574. Thank you, Kellen. Happy belated birthday. Where's Jason? 574, take 574, take 22. So, people might be wondering what this show is about. The premise is deceptively simple. I take my HIV medication live on the Book of Face each day in front of friends, family, and strangers. I do so in order to embrace stigma, dispel ignorance, and find support. After 574 pills, 574 shows, the number of bells, whistles, and bows have risen up and around and about the show. The bells, bows, and other people, the people that come back night after night and give me the most valuable resource, their time. To me, that's the most significant thing that's risen up and around and about the show, the community. Therein lies the support that I was looking for. But a number of bells, whistles, and bows have risen up and around and about the show. Ding dong bell, boy do she know how. I mean, heck, this show has it all. Hi, Nathan. I like to say that it is Cloud Atlas and that it incorporates at least 600 years of entertainment. With Edward R. Murrow's radio broadcast on record. My pleasure, Teresa. Thank you for listening to it. With Edward R. Murrow's radio broadcast on record and cylinders played on a 19th century Edison home phonograph. I'll be okay, Cindy Lou. Along with the nursery rhyme book from my childhood containing woodcut illustrations from the 15th century. It is, in a sense, also the Matrix. In a previous iteration of the show, I created something I call the Rainbow Tunnel, in which I harnessed the power of Grayskull and the Eye of Thundera, funneling them through a series of warp nacelles, creating a static warp bubble and a subsequent singularity, punching a hole through the fourth wall, across the multiverse, and into the source. The show now takes place in an echo chamber created by me that serves as a way station between our reality and the source. I don't expect lay people to fully understand, as this is advanced social science. Yeah, so the show's also like an old-timey variety show, Carol Burnett style, mixed with a merry melody of Looney Tunes and a measure of Mork and Mindy, a dash of Mr. Ed, and two doses of Alice in Wonderland, a helping of Hee Haw, heaps of Benny Hill, a hint of the Highlander, tons of the Twilight Zone, a tincture of Teen Wolf, an ounce of Oz, a cup of Creepshow, and Castaway, a quart of Quantum Leap, and a gallon of Gilligan's Island. It's a 4-hour show and a 4-hour tour. Piles of Pee-wee's Playhouse, a pinch of Peter Pan, and a pound of Popeye. I am what I am. A whole block of Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood and a ration of the Rocky Horror Picture Show. I'm just a sweet trash transvestite from transsexual Transylvania. Come up to the lab, see what's on the slab. I can see you shiver with Ventisa. Patient. Touch me. I want to be dirty. Thrill me, chill me, fulfill me. Creature of the night. An undone Benjamin Button. A corny ear of Dumbo. A college try of I Spy. A couple raw strokes of Bob Ross. A spoonful of Mary Poppins and a full of Monty Python. Finally, a lump in Rick and Morty with a leader of I Love Lucy in the sky would die. Wham, bam, thank you, ma'am, you've got the show. Everything is out of place and out of time here, including and especially me. Alice will always be pregnant. Harambe will always be ready for her high fives. The first and the second coming will always be risen with the Obamas getting blowjobs. The Woodies, the Supermen, and their boners will always be spinsters and seamstresses. What's that, Misty? If I may ask. Will always be the... Will these spinsters and seamstresses working to switch up the twin towers. Always stand with Lady Liberty. You will have their MTV. Pigs will fly. Disco and dance will reign like men did in the days of old. I write nightly the future history of anachronism for your future children and your elderly grandparents. May they enjoy it now. and time immemorial. If I'd have people take only one thing away from this show, it would be the knowledge that HIV is preventable. If you're HIV negative, there's a once-a-day pill you can take. They call it PrEP, or pre-exposure protocol. The pill is Truvada, and if you're HIV negative, you take it once a day, and it works like a highly effective chemical condom. It prevents HIV. But if you're already HIV positive like me, treatment is prevention. By taking my medication every day and maintaining an undetectable viral load, makes it so I'm not contagious. U equals U. Undetectable equals untransmissible. You could fuck me bareback all day long and never catch HIV from me. It's a brave new world. The future is now, and it's 1969. Free love. Well, I'm glad you had an experience, Missy. I hope that you had a profound experience. We're all God here, I think. We're all God here. We all have the noodle. The noodle runs through it. And here we have a tunnel into the source of so many noodles. And here we have a tunnel into the source. Right here. Oh, thank you, Stephanie. Nice that you have a fond memory of it. Oh, I can't believe the broadcast stopped. Like, I missed part of it. Oh, it's YouTube. It's YouTube, Nathan. It's got an 8-hour. It's an 8-hour fire. I started it over at the beginning of the show too, though. I've got a fresh candle for the mini fireplace. Eminem, you've been asking for some. Seuss, let's get it to you. My favorite one as a kid. There's a foreword on this. The Sneetches first appeared in 1961, about a year after I first appeared. I do not remember how old I was when I first heard the story, probably 4 or 5, but I do remember that it made a very strong impression on my mind. How silly, I thought. How silly that anyone would think that they were better because they had a star on their belly. I did not consciously relate this hilarious, endearing tale to the struggle for civil rights, which I was beginning to hear about on the nightly news, but when I look back now, I realize that this deceptively simple story that helped shape my views on intolerance and racism. So brilliantly had Dr. Seuss written this story that as a child and teenager, I couldn't even understand how someone could be a bigot. How could anyone dislike someone else because of their color, their skin, or the shape of their eyes, or the country they came from? It seemed to me they would have to be as foolish and as stupid as a Sneetch to think that way. I was fortunate enough to meet Ted Giesel a few times. He was every bit as charming, clever, and delightful as you would expect. The first time we met, I said, "You taught me how to read." Without a moment's hesitation, he replied, "Funny, I don't remember doing that." Well, when you played straight man to Dr. Seuss, you know you've arrived. But the truth is, Dr. Seuss taught millions of children not only to read, but to think. And he taught us not only fear and warnings, but through joy and laughter. That's what makes us different on the outside. That's what makes us different on the outside is not important. It's what we share on the inside that makes us all special. For in one way or another, we're all Sneetches, and that old con artist Sylvester McMonkey McBean is still wrong. For Dr. Seuss proved that you can teach a Sneetch. All right. The Sneetches. Now, the Starbelly Sneetches had bellies with stars. The plain belly Sneetches had none upon theirs. Those stars weren't so big, they were really so small, you might think that such a thing wouldn't matter at all. When the Starbelly children went out to play ball, could a plain belly get in the game? Not at all. You could only play if your bellies had stars, and the plain belly children had none upon theirs. But because they had stars, all the Starbelly Sneetches would brag we're the best kind of Sneetch on the beaches. With their snoots in the air, they would sniff and they'd snort. We'll have nothing to do with the plain belly sort. And whenever they met some, when they were out walking, they'd hike right on past without even talking. When the Starbelly Sneetches had Frankfurter roasts, or picnics, or parties, or marshmallow toasts, they never invited the plain belly Sneetches. They left them out cold in the dark of the beaches. They kept them away, never let them come near, and that's how they treated them year after year. Then one day, it seems, while the plain belly Sneetches were moping and doping along the beaches, just sitting there wishing their bellies had stars, a stranger zipped up in the strangest of cars. "My friends," he announced in a voice clear and keen, "my name is Sylvester McMonkey McBean, and I've heard of your troubles, and I've heard you're unhappy, but I can fix that. I'm the fix-it-up chappie. I've come here to help you. I have what you need, and my prices are low, and I work at great speed, and my work is 100% guaranteed." Blake's back, hello. Then quickly Sylvester McMonkey McBean put together a very peculiar machine. And he said, "You want stars like a Starbelly Sneetch? My friends, you can have them all for $3 each. Just pay me your money and hop right aboard." So they clambered inside. Then the big machine roared, and it clunked, and it bonked, and it jerked, and it burked, and it bopped them about, but the thing really worked. When the plain belly Sneetches popped out, they had stars. They actually did. They had stars upon theirs. Then they yelled at the ones who had stars at the start. "We're exactly like you. You can't tell us apart. We're all just the same now, you snooty old smarties. Now we can go to your Frankfurter parties. Good grief, groaned the ones who had stars at the first. We're still the best Sneetches, and they are the worst. But now, how in the world will we know? They all frowned. If which kind is what, or the other way around? Then up came McBean with a very sly wink, and he said, "Things are not quite as bad as you think. So you don't know who's who. That is perfectly true. But come with me, friends. Do you know what I'll do? I'll make you again the best Sneetches on beaches, and all it'll cost you is $10 eaches. Belly stars are no longer in style," said McBean. "What you need is a trip through my star-off machine. This wondrous contraption will take off your stars, so you won't look like Sneetches who have them on theirs." And that handy machine, working very precisely, removed all the stars from their tummies quite nicely. Then, with snoots in the air, they paraded about, and they opened their beaks, and they let out a shout. And we know who is who, and there isn't a doubt. The best kind of Sneetches are Sneetches without. And of course, those with stars got all frightfully mad. To be wearing a star now is frightfully bad. Then, of course, old Sylvester Monkey McBean invited them into his star-off machine. Then, of course, from then on, as you probably guessed, things really got into a horrible mess. All the rest of the day, on those wild, screaming beaches, the fix-it-up chappie kept fixing up Sneetches. Off again, on again, in again, out again. Through the machine they raced around and about again, changing their stars every minute or two. They kept paying money. They kept running through until neither the plane nor the starbellies knew whether this one was that one, or that one was this one, or which one was what one, or what one was who. Then, when every last cent of their money was spent, the fix-it-up chappie packed up and he went. He laughed as he drove in his car up the beach. "They never will learn. No, you can't teach a Sneetch." But McBean was quite wrong. I'm quite happy to say that the Sneetches got really quite smart on that day. The day they decided that Sneetches are Sneetches, and no kind of Sneetch is the best on the beaches. That day, all the Sneetches forgot about stars and whether they had one or not upon theirs. That day, all the Sneetches forgot about stars and whether they had one or not upon theirs. Good night, old friends and new. Good night, old friends and new. I want to thank you all for being here. This has been Jason is a social scientist. I can't do another 4 hours. I thought about trying to go to 420, but I just can't do it. I can't do another 4 hours. I thought about trying to go to 420, but I just can't do it. Not yet, not yet. I love you too, Ingrid. Alright, here it comes, here it comes. Yeah, here at the very end, I had an early start, then that show crashed, so I'm just finishing up. Okay, so pill number 574. So people often wonder what the show is about. The premise is deceptively simple. I take my HIV medication live on the Book of Face each day in front of friends, family, and strangers. I do so in order to embrace stigma, dispel ignorance, and find support. After 574 pills, 574 shows, the number of bells, whistles, and bows have risen up and around and about the show. The bells, bows, and other people. The people that come back night after night and give me the most valuable resource, their time. Back at you, William. Community. To me, that's the most significant thing that's risen up and around and about the show. Therein lies the support that I was looking for. But a number of bells, whistles, and bows have risen up and around and about the show. Ding dong bell, boy does she know. I mean, heck, the show has it all. I like to say that it is Cloud Atlas and that it incorporates at least 600 years of entertainment. With Edward R. Murrow's radio broadcasts on record and cylinders played on a 19th century Edison home phonograph, along with a nursery rhyme book from my childhood containing woodcut illustrations from the 15th century. It is, in a sense, also the Matrix. In a previous iteration of the show, I created something I call the Rainbow Tunnel, in which I harnessed the power of Grayskull and the Eye of Thundera, funneling them through a series of warped nacelles, creating a static warp bubble and a subsequent singularity, punching a hole through the fourth wall, across the multiverse, and into the source. The show now takes place in an echo chamber created by me that serves as a way station between our reality and the source. I don't expect lay people to fully understand, as this is advanced social science. Yeah, so the show is also like an old-timey variety show, Carol Burnett style, mixed with a merry melody of Looney Tunes and a measure of Mork and Mindy, a dash of Mr. Odd, and two doses of Alice in Wonderland, a helping of Hee-Haw, heaps of Benny Hill, a hint of the Highlander, tons of the Twilight Zone, a tincture of Teen Wolf, 1 ounce of Oz, a cup of Creepshow, and Castaway, a quart of Quantum Leap, and a gallon of Gilligan's Island. It's a 4-hour show and a 4-hour tour. Piles of Pee-wee's Players, a pinch of Peter Pan, and a pound of Popeye. I am what I am. A whole block of Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood and a ration of the Rocky Horror Picture Show. I'm just a sweet transvestite from transsexual Transylvania. Ha. Come up to the lab, see what's on the slab. I can see you shiver with anticipation. Touch me, I want to be dirty. Throw me, chill me, fill me. Creature of the night, an undone Benjamin Button, a corny ear of Dumbo, a college try-by spy, a couple raw strokes of Bob Ross, a spoonful of Mary Poppins, and the full Monty Python. Finally, lumping Rick and Morty with a leader of I Love Lucy in the sky with diamonds and wham bam. Thank you, ma'am, you've got the show. Everything is out of place and out of time here, including and especially me. Alice will always be pregnant. Harambe will always be ready for her high five, the first and the second coming. Will always be risen with the Obamas getting blowjobs from the Woodies, the Superman, and their boners will always be spinsters. And sumptuousness working the switch up the twin towers will always stand with Lady Liberty. You will have their MTV. Pigs will fly, disco and dance will reign like men did in the days of old. I write nightly the future history of anachronism for your future children and your elderly grandparents. May they enjoy it now at time immemorial. If I'd have people take only one thing away from this show, it would be the knowledge that HIV is preventable. If you're HIV negative, there's a once-a-day pill that you could take. There's a once-a-day pill you could take. They call it PrEP, pre-exposure protocol. The pill is Truvada, and if you're HIV negative, you take it once a day, and it works like a highly effective chemical condom. It prevents HIV. But if you're already HIV positive like me, treatment is prevention. By taking my medication every day and maintaining an undetectable viral load, it makes it so I'm not contagious. U equals you. Undetectable equals untransmissible. You could fuck me bareback all day long and never catch HIV from me. It's a brave new world. The future is now, and it's 1969. Free love. Woo. All right. Pill number 574. Down the hatch. The show's over, Kari. I don't know if we'll ever get over 100 again, but we have been over 100. One time we had 600 and something. Anyway. We've been having pretty good numbers. We got to 90 the other day, I think. Oh no, we got over 100. Not 100. We got over 100 pretty recently. It doesn't matter. I guess it matters a little. Anyway. Good night, everyone. Thank you for being here. I love you all. I love you. Good night, good night. This is the farmer that sowed the corn, that fed the cock. I lost the cock. I lost my cock. Goes out the cock. Don't always need a cock. Alright. This is the farmer that sowed the corn, that fed the cock, that crowed the morn, that woke the priest, all shaven and shorn, that married the man, all tattered and torn, that kissed the maid, no forlorn, that milked the cow, that crumpled horn, that tossed the dog, that worried the cat, that killed the rat, that ate the mouth, that lay in the house, that Jack built. Alright, I love you all. Come back tomorrow. I'll have more ideas for you. You'll have things you want to talk about. And so will I. I love you. Good night, good night, good night.